to apply the insights and findings gained coming out of months of robust JSC deliberations. So I think members that I have put it very clear in terms of the hindrances that we face in terms of trying to treat with this SEZ situation at this stage, based on what I've outlined. And of course, indicating that it will definitively overlap with the ongoing negotiations, which, as we all know, decisions will have to be indicated formally before July 8th. And those stakeholder consultations have started and will continue during this period. So with that said, I have Ms. Campbell here from Legal and Brian Richardson from the Energy Division. And I will open the floor to any comments, questions, clarifications based on my presentation.
Minister, may I?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thanks for that presentation. I'm going to ask if you could probably share it in the group. I'd certainly love to have a look at, oh, let me turn on I'm so sorry. Is my video on?
Yeah, but I don't see it. I don't see your jacket and your tie.
Yes, well, you know, very soon we're going to change the laws so that what I'm wearing.
All right, go ahead, Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll circulate this right away.
Yes, can you circulate to me? I'd certainly like to have a look at it.
Sure.
And study it.
Sorry. Were you at the meeting with the presentation? Yes, you were.
Oh, yes, I was.
Yeah. I remember.
But I don't think we should be detained too much by this. I think what I've heard you said seems quite straightforward, but I'd still like to have a look at it. But we can proceed then, Minister.
Sure. So basically, I have summarized exactly the position based on the consultations between legal and the Energy Division at MSET here. And basically what I would like to hear, if there's anything that any of the members would like to speak to. I know, is Member Hilton on now?
I'm sure he's on.
All right, so you want to go ahead, Philip? You want to? Yeah.
No, well, what I've said, Minister, is that having heard you just now, and I certainly would love to see a copy of the statement, but I don't see anything that would cause me to disagree with you.
All right, so what we'll do is I'm going to just ask if we can get that circulated quite immediately. If you can send it off on email. What I'll do is I'll send you a WhatsApp now, Philip and Tony. Who else is on? Shireen is on, I know.
I am on also, Minister.
Oh, Mr. Fitz, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I send it to you as well. Just give me 2 seconds, 1 second. All right, send member Jackson, member Paul, member Hilton, member Golden Campbell. Anybody else on?
I'm not seeing anyone, Chairman.
All right, what we can do, Ms. Malcolm, is you can send it to all of the members by email after this, even the ones that are not on, so that at least they would be aware of what took place.
Okay, Chairman.
All right, so I've sent it on.
I got it.
All right. Member Campbell? Colin Campbell?
Minister, you sent it by what? Email?
Sending it to you now, boss.
Okay.
Forgot to, you know.
Email?
No, WhatsApp.
Okay.
Send. Send.
Yeah, got it. Got it, Minister.
All right, I'll give you a minute or two to rush through it, so if you want to raise anything specific. Member Paulwell,
Yes, Minister.
the consultants that the ministry has working with us in relation to the JPS license renewal.
Yes.
You back in Jamaica shortly. So I've given instructions. I think the last time they were here, they met with the PSOJ or to meet with the PSOJ, and you are on the schedule. So
I think I'm way down on the schedule.
yeah, the truth of the matter, you will be contacted formally for a formal discussion and presentation as to where they have reached, etc. So you can expect that, I would say, within this month. I think they're back next week or week after next.
Very well.
And then after that, I expect to hear from you in the public domain.
I suspect you might hear a little before that.
Yeah, you're taking it to the platform, are you?
Don't let him draw it out, you know. Don't let him draw it out.
Vince, you don't come between me and Philip. You stay in Portmore. You stay right here in Portmore and leave me alone.
I won't only stay in Portmore, but I won't come between you and Philip.
You stay in Portmore, I stay in Portland. How that sound?
By the way, Minister, make sure you're in Parliament next week. I speak in the sectoral debate.
Next week, Tuesday?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give up ministerial statement before.
Oh no, what are you trying to do? Huh? Why I tell you, you act surprised just now as if you didn't know I was going to speak. You do know, and you intend to try and preempt.
I have some real good stuff to say before you speak.
No, but Philip.
I give you the opportunity to endorse what I say before in your speech.
No, the good thing is, though, Minister, is that by virtue of practice, the sectoral debate comes before ministerial statements. So I'll
Exactly. I was about to remind the minister of that.
Oh yes. I forgot that. All right, so it means I'll be able to respond to you then.
You have to be ready.
All right, cool. Sir Anthony, have you finished reading the thing?
Yes, 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 yes.
I
Well,
haven't received.
you're always so vocal. So let you lead off and tell me that you're in agreement, and let's get back to work.
Minister, I haven't gotten an email, you know.
No, WhatsApp.
Oh, sorry.
Pick up.
Oh,
If there's consensus on what I have said, we basically just need to agree on it, and then we can just do the confirmation of the minutes and any matters.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's nothing to disagree with in here, Minister. I mean, I think even if I have a slightly different view, I think the issue is I'm fully aware that it will form such a disagreement that the objective would have been undermined anyway, meaning I'm sure JPS would want to have the court clarify any such position, and that would be counterproductive because no investor. I mean, the problem is from the beginning is that investors are shying away from the SEZs because they can't take JPS's. No point in coming to invest if energy is going to take away all the profit. If they just investing millions or billions just to satisfy PS's bills. So, I think my point is you have to have legal certainty around these arrangements. And the only way to do that, it seems to me, through the negotiations that are coming up. So I don't have any disagreement.
What is for sure is that what obtained in 2001 and what obtains in 2025 to 2027 is a complete different scenario in terms of the energy landscape.
Right.
And therefore, the truth is that negotiation or those decisions that have to be taken by a government before July 8th are far-reaching. And the fact of the matter is that it has to be done considering what obtains and what is the future of the energy landscape, and most importantly, to make sure collectively that we get the best possible deal for the country and the people. So I think we're all on one at that. It's how do we put together and come to the table with the best possible team to match, obviously, the team on the other side. Be a critical part of it, Tony, as you have rightly said, because obviously it is stagnating investment, which is what is going to drive the economy.
Minister, just an inquiry. So after this matter now, are we going to try to complete the work of the committee today?
As far as I'm concerned, this was really the last thing that we were trying to come up with a resolution, or we were hoping that we could have come up with something that could have been implemented in short order. But based on what I have outlined, obviously this is going to be a big part of the negotiations coming up. So I would really suggest that we conclude the work of the JSC, and of course continue to prepare for the upcoming negotiations. Miss Malcolm, there's nothing else outstanding. Miss Campbell, there's nothing else outstanding. We sorted everything else out in relation to the other list of outstanding decisions that had to be taken. Am I right?
That is my recollection too.
Yes, Chairman.
So Minister, could you therefore say what would be now the schedule, the timetable for this matter returning to Parliament for some conclusion?
So, Ms. Campbell, Ms. Malcolm, my understanding now is that we'd have to complete the draft and obviously have the members sign and then table.
Yes, Chairman, if there is no amendment to the draft document, then yes, the members would go ahead and sign and then submit to Cabinet, Chairman.
So the only thing that was left to be concluded was this, which we have done now with consensus among the membership. So this would be included in the draft for circulation and approval.
Yes, Chairman.
I'm just trying to make a quick read of the proposal, but my little summary is that, of course, the self-generation within the special economic free zone be, in effect, be permissible on the ensuing licensing arrangement, correct? That's one.
Correct.
We have, and two, if the license to be renewed, such a provision would not constitute a breach because under the current license, it would be a breach. Is that in summary correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay. One other question that pops up in my mind that I just need some guidance on. That provision would not exclude operators in the special economic zone to obtain supplies from JPS. In other words, they would not be barred to. And what I'm driving at, if an operator could negotiate a more advantageous rate for their operation, by virtue of being in the zone, would not exclude them from doing that with the JPS. In other words, they're not bound to only take supply from the generator within the special zone. That's a question.
Ms. Campbell, you want to answer that for a member? Ms. Jackson?
Well, that issue wasn't broached, but I would think, Minister, that any operator, anybody doing business in Jamaica would be able to go to JPS regardless and get service.
Yes.
That would be my thought as well, but from a legal perspective, I can't see, but I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that
and there was no, sorry, yeah, I'm with you. I'm sharing Philip's point, but I just ask it for the purpose of legal clarity, you know, that there would not be down the road any adverse possibility for such operators in the zone. So that's for clarifying, legal persons and other persons.
But they do get service now from the JPS, though. So
yes,
in a new scenario, which is subject to a negotiation, which I don't think can be done in public. So all of that will be subject to negotiation. But I think it would not be reasonable to assume that the operators would not be able to access.
But that obtains outside of the SEZs now. There are persons that are generating and still have connection to the grid. So I couldn't see why because of a designation of a SEZ would be different to ordinary companies.
And bear in mind to Fitz, just to bear in mind that an operator now in an SEZ can generate for himself.
Right.
He just cannot distribute.
Others.
He can't distribute, right? But any scenario for the future will allow for that operator to be free. It is really trying to create freedom for the
I'm with you, Philip and Minister, but I'm thinking a little wide that a potential investor in the zone that is look at the magnitude of the whole operation and to make an investment premised on having all of those operators as exclusive customers. And just for how should I put it? Just the avoidance of any misperception, if something to that effect could be there, that any operator within the zone, have the right and privilege to obtain supply for JPS or anyone outside. As I say, it's just a matter of trying to cover all possible angles.
very well.
A bit difficult to
Nice.
I'm having Philip, I'm having fit in is the use of the term operator, because it's the developer which have under the current SEG that would have that could self-generate for themselves. The operator, different people, I don't know if that term is defined in the way that we're discussing it, because operator could mean, you mean anybody inside there that is doing business, even if you're not the developer. I mean,
just for clarity, Tony.
yeah.
An investor will look at a business model that can optimize return. And a current investor in there and having the opportunity and the privilege to self-generate electricity might see a business model where they can expand their operation to include power generation to provide for others, right? And what you don't want is any misnomer on their part that being an investor, provider of electricity, it automatically gives them an exclusivity and customers in the zone. As I say, I might be thinking too wide, and I will accept that.
No, my understanding is it is the current position that JPS is insisting, and the letter is suggesting that would give rise to a claim, which is if you're generating, and if really when the thing came, the license was negotiated, the self-generation assumed the single entity special economic zones. It didn't cater for the multiple actors. And if what you just outlined, Fitz, if that were to happen, that is the situation that is lacking in clarity and would affect the business model, because I think JPS would have a claim, and this is what I understand the letter is confirming. They certainly have a claim. How the courts may interpret that is a different thing, but businesses don't want to buy lawsuits, so they want clarity, they want business certainty, and legal certainties, and the situation is unclear. In fact, what is clear is that JPS would immediately raise a claim and take it to court if they try to provide electricity for other than themselves. I see Sherry never hand up. Maybe
I
she
think Sherry having some mic problems. Sherry, you're hearing us? We're not hearing you.
No, we're not hearing her.
Maybe you need to come off and come back on. Log off and log on.
Or she muted.
No, I don't think she's muted.
All right. So, Minister, unfortunately, I have to take my leave, but I think we're clear as to the way forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I just giving Shireen a chance to come back on. She might want to say something and then we can conclude.
All right, I'll wait for her as well.
And I will give you what I'll do is I'll work some timelines and give you some estimated timelines in terms of the process from here now to completion.
Very well.
All right, Shereen, I see you again, but I'm not hearing you. You're back on, but I'm not hearing you.
Yeah. We're not hearing her either.
Okay, Minister. I have to take my leave now then.
All right.
All right.
All right. Okay. So before we leave, before we conclude, can we just the confirmation of the minutes of the meeting held on January 16, 25? Can we have those for the record? Just
I so move.
all right. Seconded.
I don't think I was there, so I can't second.
Well, I second. Okay, Senator Golden.
Seconded.
She seconded.
Yeah, seconded. All right. Any matters arising from those minutes? I think I gave a summary of what took place. I think so. If no matters arising from the minutes, we confirm the minutes. And let me again thank everybody for their participation. It has been robust, and we are at the stage where we can say that we will now wait for the draft and make sure that the draft reflects what we all concurred on, and then we'll move the process. So thanks to everybody, the members and all the supporting staff, my ministry team, Attorney General's chambers and all others, Legal Reform Department, OUR, Houses of Parliament, all the persons who made presentations. This is, as I said before, probably one of the most important joint select committees based on where we are in the energy landscape. So thanks to everybody, and let us continue to work for the benefit of Jamaica and the people. God bless you all.
Yeah. Thank you, Minister, for your guidance and your chairmanship. That's brought us to thus far, and we look forward to the conclusion. It's a very active committee, joint select committee.
All the best.
All the best, Chair. Good.